HCV birkózói professzionálisan felkészült előadók. Évekig edzenek, hogy biztonságosan végezzék el ezeket a mozdulatokat. De még így is veszélyes, és súlyos sérüléseket okozhat. Éppen ezért ne próbáld ki otthon. Gyere el hozzánk, és legyél te a következő magyar pankrátor.
A nyár fővárosa Balatonfüred, ahol a naplementék lángra gyújtják az eget.
Renegade és Sabo Tamás története régre nyúlik vissza. A rekordbajnok maga mellé vette a HCV történetének legveszélyesebb birkózóját. Renegade-nek pedig Spartán nyújtott segítőkezet. A Legacy Vándor kupát jelenleg az ország egyik legnagyobb feltörekvő tehetsége Zoltán birtokolja. Vele szemben Blake Steamer és Gulyás Vilmos fognak állni. Chris Jokic, a korábbi kétszeres HCV bajnok. Laurence Roman egyike Európa legnevesebb birkózóinak ma este először szemtől szemben találkoznak. BT visszatérése óta Icarus célkeresztjében van. Ma este ez a régóta húzódó feszültség fog mérkőzést kapni. Négyen a Revolution bajnoki címért. Az este egyik legszínesebb mérkőzése Ozzy Spencer, Darius, Jónás Gabriel és a bajnok Gulyás Attila. Egy női divíziós mérkőzés 3 résztvevővel. Orsi, aki visszatérése óta szárnyal, a korábbi riválisa Iva Kolászki és a Magyarországon frissen debütáló francia sztár Mila Schmidt fognak találkozni. Lil Mao érkezik Cementtel és Krizsivel az oldalán, a lengyel Axel Fox ellen. A HCV csapatbajnoki címei is megvédése kerülnek. A Tribe of Red nagy dominanciát mutat idén. Velük szemben a Zétinel, akiknél közel sincs meg jelenleg az összhang. Vajon ma este végre újra lendületet kapnak? Dráma, humor, akció, karakterek és egy folyamatos történet, ami soha nem ér véget. Ez itt a legelső balatonfüredi HCV Legacy.
For the very first time, HCW Legacy arrives at Lake Balaton. The biggest lake in Central Europe will play host to some of the biggest stars in Hungarian wrestling, but also in European wrestling. Balatonfüred is upon us. Mettamasi here with your English language commentary, and while it's known as the summer capital of Hungary, I think Balaton's expecting more so a supernova than subtle heat waves with some of the action we have in store. The HCW Tag Team Championship will be defended by the dominant Tribe of Wrath against Zeytinel. A teacher faces off and locks horns with his student in an ever-growing bitter affair between Icarus and BT. And of course, in the main event, Renegade, in a non-title street fight, looks to do what no man has achieved in 600 days by trying to pin Tamás Sabo. The evening here at Balaton begins, however, with two incredibly special individuals in European wrestling, not just here in Hungary. To begin the first match here at Balaton, to kick Balatonfüred off, we have the Falcon, Chris Jokic, a former two-time HCW champion, and in the eyes of many, a true pioneer of Hungarian wrestling. And looking up onto the horizon, especially for Jokic, I know that his mind is set. He's preparing for the 5th of October, the very first ever wrestling event on Croatian soil. Jokic himself, a Croatian native, I know for a fact he's going to want to walk into that event as ready and with as much momentum as possible to capture a victory in his home country of Croatia in its first ever wrestling event. However, to get on that level, to get to the 5th of October with the best possible opportunity of winning, he can't stumble here. However, against the opponent he's going up against, that might be a tall task. And his opponent, the man who will be kicking things off against Jokic at Balatonfüred, is, I would say, one of the most prominent names in all of Europe at this point, Lawrence Roman. A Grand Slam champion over at Westside Extreme Wrestling. He's held every championship there is to hold there. And he has won the fabled 16-karat gold tournament in 2024. The last 2 years have seen just an absolute springboard for Roman's career, all the way to the heights of not just Germany, but of Europe. The man from Dresden is a face that is very much well known here at HCW Legacy. I think Jokic is very much familiar with what kind of challenge stands ahead of him, but again, if Jokic wants to walk into that 5th of October at that event in Croatia that he has been helping to push and promote as much as he can, if he wants to walk into that event with the best chance of picking up a win, he'll have to pick one up here. See that first interaction, collar and elbow tie-up where Jokic pushes Roman into that corner. May seem insignificant to the untrained eye, but these first little face-offs are exactly where you can build a mental advantage against your opponent. That advantage can easily snowball to your opponent losing confidence, to you gaining more confidence, and then it's a good path towards the victory. Roman there on that second occasion, twisting things around, pushing Jokic into that corner. Roman now in that wrist lock. Great mobility there from the pit bull. Certainly controlling things here, Roman. Making sure he gets out of that wrist lock as quickly as possible. Jokic using those ropes wonderfully done. The Falcon tosses Roman across the ring. Both men now. We've seen a little bit of a collar elbow tie-up. We've seen a little bit of that technical ability, but now both men trying to face each other on power, but see there, wonderfully done. Jokic tried to break up the hold and catch Roman off guard. Roman quick to react, to clinch that headlock. Jokic trying to find his way out of it. Roman holding tight, and tight is also just how quickly Roman can run you over there. Goes over Jokic, ducks under. Jokic sent it to the ropes. Roman coming right back, looking for a clothesline. Ducks under, does Chris Jokic. Pulls the leg, and now here comes that moonsault from the Falcon onto the cover here. The shoulder comes up from Roman. And you see that just how quickly the whole outlook of this match can just switch. Just how quickly these two guys can grab control or soar to the skies. Jokic. That's what he has to do. He has to force Roman onto the back foot. Roman trying to recover there on the outside. Jokic. Oh, no, the way goes Roman there. Roman taking his time here on the outside to recuperate. Doesn't want to rush back into things with Jokic. We know that when it comes to speed and agility, I think Jokic has the advantage. Roman recognizes that, so he's trying to slow down the tempo of everything here. Try to get Jokic maybe off his game. That's that intelligence of somebody like Lawrence Roman. That's what it takes to compete at this level. As you see there, Roman feigning, coming back into the ring. Jokic gets on that apron, gets a kick, and I think he thought it was more effective than it really was. Roman cuts him at the pass. You see that momentary confidence from Jokic. You can't get overconfident when you're in the ring with somebody like Roman. Any form of weakness, any hesitation, Roman can capitalize on. Roman gives Jokic a seat, the best seat in the house, but maybe in that instance, that exact seat is maybe the worst. Gets a boot right across the face from the man from Dresden. Chop there onto Jokic. Jokic there in deep trouble. Roman goes for another chop. Jokic out of the way. Roman blasts his own hand against that steel post. Jokic moonsault off the apron. And it's just impressive to see just how fluid Jokic is with his movements. You see there, Roman, every time he tries to surprise him, Jokic finds a way to then push all of his momentum into the other direction. Jokic there again, however, a little too long to get back into the ring. Roman plants him with that DDT, the pit bull, onto the cover. And the shoulder up from Jokic. You see there, Jokic grasping at that neck. That DDT doesn't just cause all that impact onto the top of your head, but your neck just compresses. That's now Jokic. Toss it to that turnbuckle, boot up there. The Falcon trying to fight back. What a hip toss there by Roman. High angle as hell. Cover. And a shoulder up from Jokic. He stays alive. Saw there momentarily, Jokic again grabbing at that neck. You have to think Roman there as he pulls Jokic up. Surely in Roman's mind that burning nail pile driver that much more effective now. You see there, Jokic sent full force into that turnbuckle. I think his head or his neck whiplashed off of that turnbuckle. Referee Christoph Vileni checking on Jokic. Hold on, Roman pulls Vileni out of the way. I think Roman wants to capitalize here. I think there might have been just a very short confirmation from Jokic that he can keep going. That was enough for Roman here. Still, the kick out comes in from Jokic. Saw that expression on Roman's face when that last kick out came in. I think Jokic may just be surprising Roman. Jokic sent it to that corner, boot up. Oh, this time Roman has it scouted. Wonderfully done there. Jokic finds a kick instead. And now from that position, Northern Lights suplex into the cover. What a bridge here. But then again, the kick out from Roman. And like I said before, caught him by surprise, but you saw there on that kick out, the energy from the kick out, with obviously Jokic holding his balance on his neck. That might have caused him even more damage. Roman, the quicker man to his feet, going after Jokic here, suplex, landing him. Cover from the pit bull for the win here. And again, the kick out. Again, the kick out from Jokic. You see that with every time that Jokic kicks out, Roman, his frustration grows. One of the most honorable men that I've ever met, but definitely also one of the most short-tempered. Remember how Roman used to foam at the mouth as part of ambos at every obstacle. And Roman let his temper get the better of him here. He's talking down to Jokic, trying to demoralize him. Instead, gets kicked right in the face. Swing there by Roman, caught by Jokic. It looks like Chris Jokic has sprung back to life. Uppercut there, catches him. Jokic wonderfully done to dodge. Short arm clothesline. Goes for the leg. Roman jumps over, gets kicked in the head for it. That free-flowing offense of Jokic. Roman in the danger zone here. The Falcon about to strike. And strike he does. The cover to beat Roman. But no, not enough. See there, Jokic can hardly believe it. A knife-edge affair here to kick things off at Balatonfüred. However, we might be coming to the very end. Jokic has Roman up on his shoulders. Roman fights his way out, ducks under. Pele! The Pitbull going for a clothesline. Jokic goes over, floats over, brings Roman down into that armbar. Armbar cinched in. Roman in deep, deep trouble. You see there, Roman trying to shift his elbow, making sure that there's a little bit of bend there. Roman, however, twisting his body right up into the cover. Jokic has to let go, and he does. Roman! A flaming clothesline! Cover here and a kick out! A kick out by Jokic! Roman there, almost pleading with referee Krishna Fileti. That's how you can kick things off here. The fans here at Balaton definitely enjoying the action as Roman looking to put an end to the action here with that burning nail pile driver. Roman has Jokic up. Jokic managed to fight his way out in the last second, tosses Roman back. Roman up on the shoulders. The Falcon going here to soar to the victory. No, the kick out from Roman. So many near falls. So many moments where this match could have ended. When all else fails, Jokic climbing up here. Unbelievable, that twisting splash. Roman though out of the way. The Pitbull rushes into that boot. Roman up on the shoulders, fights his way out. Roman has a burning nail to put a pin here on Jokic's hopes. What a way to kick things off here. For the first time here at Balaton, I don't think the fans here could have asked for a better match. Lawrence Roman and Chris Jokic put it all on the line. So many near falls, so many moments where the pendulum could have swung in either direction, but in the end it swings in favor of Roman, and you see there signaling. Roman has already challenged Sabo for that HCW championship on September 6th. The hand offered by Roman, the hand taken by Jokic. October 5th will be a great day for Chris Jokic in his home of Croatia for the first ever wrestling event held in that country. As for Roman, his eyes, his sights are set on September 6th on that HCW championship and on Sabo. HCW Tag Team Championship action. The titles will be on the line, and this young team of Zaytinel, Zaytan, and Sentinel with the opportunity to maybe capture the gold. And we saw there right earlier on cameras captured Zaytan and Sentinel having a bit of a team talk before the match, or before the event. Zaytan, I'll say, voicing his frustrations about the bad luck that they've had of late, and that tonight they must, absolutely must, become tag team champions. Zaytan, clearly frustrated, but he has to keep his head on a swivel. He has to keep focused because the team they're facing up against, the HCW Tag Team Champions, are dominant, even when you're fully focused going into war against them. The Tribe of Wrath, Barbarossa and Curtis Black. These two men have been absolutely dominant since capturing the gold back in May. Two men from Austria that have taken Hungary by storm. Of course, I remember back at the HCW PvE event, Team PvE took on Team HCW, and it was the Austrians that came out on top. Barbarossa and Curtis Black playing a key role in that victory for Team PvE. You see that's the level of dominance and confidence that the Tribe of Wrath have. Clearly already playing the mind games, tossing that fur onto the next prey, that being Zaytan and Sentinel, in their eyes. Grabbing that fur, playing it cool. Have to keep a cool mind. However, I think sparks might be about to fly. Our referee, our staff trying to keep hold of this, keep control of everything. In the meantime, hopefully before we blow a gasket here, I'll send you to the ring for the official championship introduction.
A következő mérkőzés tétje a HCV csapatbajnoki címe. A mérkőzés normál szabályrendszerben zajlik. Ladies and gentlemen, the following tag title match is scheduled for one fall. Bemutatom elsőként a kihívókat. Tőlem jobbra 160 kg-os össúlyjal ZT és Sentinel, ők a Zaytinel! És tőlem balra 188 kg-os össúlyjal a jelenlegi tag team bajnokok Barbarossa és Curtis Black, the Tribe of Wrath!
There we go, the official championship introduction is passed, and I think we all noticed just a bit of attitude coming there from Zaytan. I think it's him trying to mask not just some nerves, but also definitely some frustration. Even a tinge of arrogance that I might have picked up on there from Zaytan's body language. He has to stay focused to see the Sentinel. Keeping to himself, strategizing and preparing. I wouldn't want to, for lack of a better term, kick the hornet's nest and get the Tribe of Wrath angry before the match has even begun. As I mentioned, those two men are definitely very apt at taking the competition apart. They have been very dominant HCW Tag Team Champions. This match has begun. HCW Tag Team Championship contested here. It'll be Barbarossa kicking the action off for the Tribe of Wrath, and it will be Sentinel kicking things off for Zaytinel. like the first exchange, the first goal is going to be for the affection of the fans here in Balaton. I think on that end, the tribe may well be overpowered by Zeytinel. Two exceptional young talents that have definitely captivated a lot of the fans here in Hungary. Collar and elbow tie-up begins, and you see that right at the get-go. Barbarossa using that superior strength. Sentinel, that's not, oh, well done there by Sentinel. Moving out of the way. I don't think he wants to go head-to-head with Barbarossa in terms of strength, but exactly that. That's your strength right there. Use that. That incredible quickness, that movement, and that ability to get your limbs across. So Barbarossa, there's that experience coming in. Sentinel now rushing in, coming right back and take it firmly right down. Sentinel now goes in, pushes Barbarossa, going for those legs. Barbarossa running across for a hip toss, but Barbarossa clearly much too massive. Greatly done there. Landing on his feet is Sentinel, coming right back there with a flying crossbody. A cover might have surprised Barbarossa there. However, I think more successful, frustrating Barbarossa, but you see there, it looks like Barbarossa, through that surprise, was a bit rattled by Sentinel. Curtis Black now tagging himself in, making sure his partner doesn't lose the mental advantage that they have. Can't lose their cool right there is Black now coming right back in, taken right back down, and now Zeytan with that clothesline. Great tandem offense here by Zeytinel. Cover to gain those championships. The kick out from Curtis Black. It would be the biggest victory in their young careers. That of Zeytan and Sentinel, as now they take flight. I think the crowd feels something special in the air tonight. I think they feel that maybe the Tribe of Wrath is about to be conquered. Zeytan in the cover, and then another very, very quick kick out. A 2 count, but just barely a 2 count there. See that Curtis Black grabbing hold of Zeytan's hair. Sentinel tagging himself in. They have to keep the Tribe of Wrath on the ropes. They can't give him any time, any reprieve. Oh, hold on, Barbarossa pulling those ropes down. The Sentinel tried to keep hold of himself. Barbarossa pulled him down, and now that powerbomb right onto that apron. That's why you can't give these two men any moment, because they will make use of it. You see there that disappointed fan there. Barbarossa using those ropes has gained this team the advantage, and it's going to be a very dangerous moment for Sentinel and Zeytan. See there, Black now grabbing at the mask of Sentinel with the knee onto the back, being warned by the referee. And this might be a big issue for Zeytinel. Clearly giving up a lot of size as now the cover comes in by Black and a kick out from Sentinel. I said Sentinel and Zeytan are giving up a lot of size. If the Tribe of Wrath gains that physical control of this match, they might just run over and snowball. The young Hungarians, what a snap suplex there. Barbarossa into a cover, a solid cover, and a kick out from Sentinel. As I've mentioned, Zeytan having that conversation with Sentinel earlier. I'm sure the words of Zeytan still very much echoing in the mind of Sentinel. That's part of being a tag team. When you know your partner is coming in frustrated and bothered, you have to make sure that you deliver and you keep your partner level-headed. Because any moment of miscommunication or issue might cost you both. Especially at an opportunity like this, the first ever show at the great Balaton Lake for the opportunity to make history and become HCW Tag Team Champions. Black now coming into that. What a rough shot, right straight to the midsection of Sentinel, who at this point desperately needs the tag. You see him crawling towards his own corner. Zaytan reaching across, trying to get to his partner, and you see there, Black! A cheap shot from Curtis Black. And that's the Tribe's tactics. Try to demoralize your opponent with overwhelming physical strength. That's what they do best. Sentinel trying to fight back. An uppercut cuts him right back down. Sentinel currently being worked over there in the corner. You have to think, as I mentioned, of course, the experience, a big factor in the favor of the Tribe, and exactly because of moments like this, Zaytan's frustration is not doing his partner any favors. Zaytan needs to get back on the side to give the referee the opportunity to keep control over this match. Zaytan there clearly doing no favors to his partner. Barbarossa now with a couple of heavy elbows. Sentinel still alive though. However, the question is just how much steam does Sentinel still have? How much gas is there still in that tank? The Tribe doing a great job of keeping that ring completely covered, not giving them a chance. Sentinel, however, using that incredible lucha libre ability. Barbarossa coming in. Sentinel manages to send him over the top rope. Curtis Black is dispatched. An opportunity, hold on, Barbarossa coming all the way to the other side and pulling Zaytan away. And that is that experience gap coming to play again. What a super kick. Kicked Sentinel's head and clean off. A cover, and oh no, Sentinel still kicks out. Sentinel still kicks out. I think not just the Tribe, but the fans, even the referee might be surprised at Sentinel's resilience. He's essentially almost single-handedly kept Sentinel in this match just off of his endurance and his ability to take that punishment and still kick out. But even if he does find the tag now, who knows? Sentinel might not have enough for that final stretch. That's always a factor. It's a marathon. It's never a race, especially at this level. Of course, Sentinel and Zaytan, both barely a year and a half in. Now that boot comes up from Sentinel. Sentinel fighting off the Tribe. Maybe this time, what a jump! A tag now to Zaytan! And Zaytan, who has been foaming at the mouth for the last minutes, finally gets the chance. He's spoken about his frustration, about how unhappy he is with the run of luck. Well, here's your chance, kid. Change that luck. And with that much fire, you must think the Tribe just might be burned down by the end here. Cover to become HCW Tag Team Champions. No, the kick out comes in from Curtis Black. The kick out comes in, but you feel a shift there in the energy. You feel a shift in the... Hold on a sec. Wait, Sentinel just tagged himself in. Sentinel... I think Zaytan didn't want the tag. Miscommunication. Miscommunication in the most important moment. And the Tribe will capitalize.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés győztesei! És így továbbra is! A HCV csapat bajnokai! Curtis Black és Barbarossa! A Tribe!
The match was theirs to win. But that little moment, that minute moment of miscommunication cost Sentinel and Zaytan the win of their careers. But that is why you have to come in here with your head on a swivel. I've said it before, I'll say it again. To beat a team like the Tribe of Wrath, everything has to go right. And talk about things going wrong, you have to wonder what mindset Zaytan is in now. He's only a year and a half in, but you can see just how much those last few months of misfortune have had a toll on him. You can't imagine that. Hold on a second. Well, I was about to say you can't imagine the disappointment. Talk about a disappointment. It's Azer. Daddy Kriji, Lil Mao, and Cement. What the hell do they want here? Cement has called himself the most successful manager in HCW history time and time again. Let's see what he has to say.
Balatonfüredi kisgácsik! Van egy szuper hírem! Megérkezett az Azer! Azaz az Alpári Zoral utcakölykök rémisztő egysége! Hadd mutassam be a prókat! 2 méter 35 centi! Daddy Kriji! Az élvezetek ura! Nagyanyátok réme! Lil Mao! Én pedig a HCV történelmének legsikeresebb menedzsere, a főnökök főnöke, cementapátok. Viszont van itt valaki, aki pontosan jól tudja, hogy ki vagyok én. Zétény. Zétényke. 1,5 éve szorosan figyelem a karrieredet. Szomorúan látom, 19 éves korodra már most sikerült elérned egy mélyrepülést. Rossz döntések hátán. Ha így folytatod, nem lesz jövőd ebben a bizniszben. Zétény, a döntés a tiéd. Továbbra is te maradsz az, akit futtatnak. Vagy innentől te futtatod őket.
Cement and Azer have been targeting Zaytan for weeks. And now they're putting him right in this crossroad. No chance, but hold on a second! Hold on a damn second! Zaytan just decked Sentinel! And now he's throwing his own partner to the damn wolves! It looks like that damn snake, that damn devil has just whispered into Zaytan's ears, and Zaytan is listening! Cement just told him if you continue like this, you'll have no future in this business. He told him, either you remain the one that has to be carried, or you can start carrying others. And it looks like Satan has decided to throw away all his honor to carry the mantle of Azer. Satan's frustration, Satan's anger made him vulnerable to Azer's whispers, to Simet. And it looks like when they came knocking, he answered the door. Now standing over the wreck of the person who cared about him the most. It looks like Satan has turned his back on more than just his partner. Now you have to wonder, with the addition of Satan, just how much damage can Azer cause here at HCW Legacy.
Mi valami olyasmit akartunk, ami merőben más, mint egy bajnoki öv, valami klasszikusabb bármi.
Ez egy ilyen nagyon sajátos dolog. Tehát a bajnoki címek azok a bajnoki címek, azt tudjuk, hogy mit jelent pontosan. Ez viszont egy olyan dolog, ami kizárólag a HCV Legacy brandhez lesz köthető.
Icarusé, a HCV Legacy vándorkupája, a lehető legjobb helyre került ez a serleg, mert hát Icarus egy személyben képviseli a magyar pankráció nagyjából egész történelmét.
Használni a táskát! BT, viszi a táskát!
Icarus öldözi BT-t! BT visszaadta azt, amit Icarusztól a dicsőség napján kapott, és ez elég volt ahhoz, hogy a 17 éves Zoltán a Legacy kupa győztese legyen!
Óriási dolog egy ilyen fiatal srácnak, aki még a karrierje elején van, de jó ezt látni!
Hölgyeim és uraim! Elsőként érkezik a ringbe. 85 kg-os testsúllyal. Hét tenger kőszkalóza! A kapitány
Batten down the hatches, because the captain is on deck. Blake Steamer walks into this match, and for those keeping track with HCW Legacy, the villains are seemingly no more. Steamer now sets his sights on singles competition, as does his partner Ozzy Spencer, who we will see in action later on tonight. competing in a fatal four-way for the Revolution Championship held by Julius Attila. In the meantime, Steamer here with his sights set on the HCW Legacy Cup. And he has made no secret of his ambitions. Steamer has said that his goal is to win the HCW Championship by bloody November. Tonight might be a big step in that direction for him.
Másodikként érkezik a ringbe. 120 kg-os testsúllyal a szárnyaló varacskos disznó Gulyás Vilmos!
I mean, when you talk about taking a step in the right direction, that's exactly what Vilmos has to do. Of course, I mentioned later on, fatal four-way action for the Revolution Championship that his brother Julius Attila holds. Well, Attila beat Vilmos for the title, and since then, Vilmos has just been steadily going downstream. Has been on a losing streak, and I will say he has been definitely very irritable when you try to talk to him about it or ask him questions. However, the poor of the village comes into this match surely with his sights set on righting the course. There, a little bit of extra fire in Vilmos, maybe fueled by the frustration. One young man who has no reason to be frustrated is this one.
És végül érkezzen harmadikként 80 kg-os testsúlya a HCV hagyaték őrzője, a legutóbbi HCV Legacy kupa győztes, Zoltán!
And there's a term that's become a bit of a cliche. It's the world at your feet. That is the case, however, for this young man, for Zoltán, the youngest champion in HCW history after winning that Legacy Cup at HCW Legacy in Sopron. As we saw, BT got involved and took that briefcase out of Icarus' hands. Well, Icarus and BT will be getting their hands on each other later on, but that works. That night worked in favor of this 17-year-old prodigy, Zoltán. I think today, however, is just as important when it comes to lessons for Zoltán in his young career as any other. Arguably even just as important, if not more so, than the day that he won the HCW Legacy Cup. Because when you become a champion, that's when your work really truly begins. Christoph Delaney there, trying to get Vilmos. You see there Vilmos taking a little time to absorb as much energy as he can from this crowd. Maybe it's him enjoying the moment, but maybe there's just speculating here. There might be a bit of his confidence might be a little lacking right now, considering the last few months and the last few weeks that he's had. See that Mort coming in, headstrong, trying to prove to himself. Vilmos gets Zoltán up. Oh, Zoltán wonderfully done, sending Vilmos straight into Steamer. Now Zoltán, you see there moving, using that exceptional speed to outmaneuver Vilmos. And I've been watching and calling and following Zoltán for quite a while. I'm incredibly impressed at just the advancement and the ability and all he's learned at such a young age. Zoltán has all the potential in the world. But you see there, Steamer, the veteran, the man with the most experience, the biggest wealth of experience in this match. Coming in, trying to cut Zoltán's seam down. Cover here from Steamer, maybe for the win, but then the shoulder comes up from Zoltán. A close call, however. I said that this test for Zoltan is just as important as the day that he won the HCW Legacy Cup. It's harder to stay a champion than it is, well, in many cases, to become a champion, arguably. That bullseye's on your back, the pressure starts to build up and mount up, and Zoltan has the opportunity to gain a valuable lesson here as see Vilmos coming in to teach those two men a lesson in strength. Holy moly! Vilmos now going on to Steamer. Fisherman, almost into a Fisherman brainbuster. Cover here against Steamer, but the shoulder comes up from the captain. That kick out comes up, the shoulder comes up. Vilmos clearly a little bit of extra mustard on that frustration. Zoltan trying to get involved, trying to get back into this match. Vilmos keeping him out, and of course that's a sound strategy. That's something that is very much the case in the chaos of multi-man matches, in the chaos of triple threat matches. Zoltan doesn't even have to be pinned to lose his Legacy Cup. The Steamer taken down here. Vilmos picks him back up. Oh, this could be very dangerous for him. Power slam, the cover, and the shoulder comes up from Steamer. Vilmos has done a good job of forcing his own tempo, dictating the tempo, keeping Zoltan out of the formula. Meanwhile, working over Steamer. You can tell with every kick out he's getting more and more frustrated, but if he keeps on with this tactic, I think he might be rolling into the win here. And a much needed win, as I've mentioned. Captain fighting off here. Hold on, blocked there, and what a German suplex there from Vilmos. Hold on, Zoltan trying to take to the skies. Vilmos sees him, moves out of the way to Zoltan. Head goes into that turnbuckle. A Steamer with the roll-up. Steamer with the roll-up. Zoltan might be too slow, but the kick-out comes in from Vilmos. Zoltan from the top rope, both boots landing. Took a big risk, did Zoltan. But I think with his instinct, he trusted that Vilmos would still kick out. And I'll say this, he cashed in big. Really though, the impact off of launching himself into both of those individuals has had an effect. Zoltan, Vilmos, and Steamer now duking it out. All three men up to their feet. At this point, it's a matter of who has more in the tank. More importantly, who has the will to keep going. You see there, Steamer and Zoltan wisely both taking Vilmos out of the equation. Barely blocked into that super kick from Zoltan. Zoltan, oh my goodness, double clothesline. Zoltan manages to stay up on his feet somehow. That boot, however, knocks the taste right out of the young champion's mouth. Young champion, no more. The kick out still comes in from Zoltan. Zoltan saves that Legacy Cup. Steamer going for that lung blower. Vilmos blocking him with his immense strength. Vilmos, no, it's Steamer. Steamer with that DDT. The veteran caught off guard by the upstart. Zoltan may be able to capitalize here with Steamer up on his shoulders. Hold on, I think he sees Vilmos. He saw Vilmos. Now that's thinking on your feet. Now, Vilmos taken out of the equation. Time for some style points between the legs. Zoltan to retain. But Vilmos splashes his whole weight on both men. Vilmos tosses Zoltan out, turns his attention to Steamer, but his attention too long away
és uraim! A mérkőzés győztese! És ezzel a HCV Legacy kupa bajnoka! Black Steamers!
I said it. I said Zoltan doesn't have to be pinned. I would say he did everything right, but in the final moment, Vilmos played the key part. Broke up the cover, tried to get the win for himself, but Steamer ends up coming out on top. While that frustration may grow for Vilmos, Steamer has just made a statement of intent. And you saw there, you know what goes well with that cup? The HCW Championship. Steamer on his quest for the ultimate booty, for that HCW Championship. And with this victory here, he might have just taken a giant leap in that direction.
Visszaadta azt, amit Icarustól a dicsőség napján kapott.
Na, milyen érzés? Milyen érzés, amikor becsönget a nem kívánatos személy? A dicsőség napján pontosan ugyanígy éreztem magamat, úgyhogy most törletve lett a számla, kopasz. Tudod, 13 éves korom volt, amikor először elkerültem ebbe a szakmába. Ugyanez volt mindig. Éreztem azt, hogy irigy vagy, éreztem azt, hogy látod, hogy jön föl az újabb generáció, és most mi történik? Augusztus 17-én megadjuk a népnek, amire várnak. Egy-egy van jelenleg, az új turné, a visszatérő turné, és végre te leszel az, aki el lesz kapva. Balatonfüred, ott találkozunk.
BT. Imádod beleütni az orrod a nagyobb dolgába. Aztán csodálkozol a következményeken, de nem tanulsz belőle, csak tovább húzogatod az oroszlán bajszát. Remélem most örülsz, hogy miattad vesztettem el a Legacy kupát. Tudod mit? Menjél haza és gitározz valamit a TikTokra, neked úgyis az megy igazán. Azt gondolod, hogy csak úgy visszajössz a HCV-be és minden rólad fog szólni, egyszerűen nem bírod ki, hogy ne te legyél a középpontban. De tudod mit? Ezzel sikerült az én célkeresztem közepére kerülni, és pontosan ezért helyre teszlek végre Balatonon. Utána mehetsz vissza az éjszakai életedbe, lájkokért és egy húgymeleg sörért kuncsorogni az úgynevezett rajongóidnál. De egyet ne felejts el, a díjbirkózás örök, és nem tűri meg a gyengéket.
Hölgyeim és uraim! Elsőként érkezik a ringbe! 84 kg-os testsúllyal, egyenesen Európa szívéből a HCV táskájának jogos tulajdonosa! Icarus!
It is now time for the master to face off against his student. Well, however, though, I will say this: it has been a long time since you could consider either men here to be master or student. Icarus was grown to become quite the bitter individual. I think he's going to come into this match with a bit of extra bitterness after losing his Legacy Cup at Sopron. However, Icarus marching onto that ring with that HCW briefcase. The same briefcase he used, or the same briefcase that essentially kicked things off between him and his opponent for here. Icarus, however, still resolved and still sure that he has done everything right in his own mindset. For him, this match is more about punishment, retribution than anything else.
És érkezzen ellenfele. 87 kg-os testsúllyal az attrakció BT!
As for BT, this match is about a lot more than that. I think for BT, it's about proving, maybe more so to himself, but also to everybody else, just what he's about. BT, of course, was cost his match back in May by Icarus, who got involved with that briefcase. And in that match where Icarus lost the Legacy Cup, he had that briefcase in hand and was ready to strike. In that moment, the sweet hand of justice, that being the hand of Mr. BT, got involved and took that briefcase out of his hands. BT, of course, stayed quite a bit of long time away from the ring after losing a match to Maverick in 2023, hair versus career. BT went away. I think for BT, something was missing. That ring was a big part of him. I think when that ring was taken away from him, something flicked up in him. I feel it's fair to say that BT has always been a party guy. That much is evident. Somebody who likes to have a good time, but I think being away from that ring sparked something in him that Icarus, I would say, definitely still doesn't see, because for Icarus, this match is a matter of respect. As much of an oxymoron as that sounds like, considering that it was Icarus who kicked things off with BT. Icarus' belief is that BT doesn't show enough respect for the craft and that he'd rather be out partying, but so this from the few moments and flickers that I've seen of BT since his return, I think this man is laser focused. So I remind you of HCW Legacy in Sopron, the HCW versus PVE match. BT was part of Team HCW against the team put forth by Pro Wrestling Austria. In that match, I would say BT was arguably the MVP, definitely one of the key figures that barely, almost possibly, could have led to Team HCW picking up the win. Of course, the sole survivor in the end. In the end, he fell. However, I think that performance shows the amount of heart and just the amount of focus that he's invested since coming back into the ring. I'll say this, however, it'll take more than just investment, it'll take more than just heart to overcome somebody like Icarus. You see there, Icarus bending BT to his will, literally. Control over that arm. Let's say a deadly dangerous technician. If Icarus was peeved about the lack of respect for BT, well, now he's going to be downright furious. This is what BT does so well. BT putting his feet up. You know just how much that's just getting under Icarus' skin. You just see just how much Icarus is bubbling. That frustration. I tell you what, Icarus has a mighty fine poker face, but even then you can see just through the cracks of that mask just how angry he is on the inside. And Icarus has been around for a while. Icarus knows that the more frustrated, the more angry he gets, the more BT is going to be able to capitalize on the mistakes that he makes. You see that Icarus grabbing at the hair. Again, that's not something Icarus needs to stoop to. It's something that he's doing to send a message to BT. There's that return message coming right back. BT goes back first into that turnbuckle, jumps over Icarus. Icarus now rushing in, and Icarus tossed back. Icarus. I was about to say on the back foot, but he brings that boot up. Ducks under, does BT, picks him up, uses that power, wonderfully done. BT onto the cover here, and the shoulder up from Icarus. See that BT hasn't lost, let's say that carefree attitude, or that ability to get under your skin, the ability to have his fun here as he grabs Icarus by the ears. I think he's gained that much more from that. You see there, Icarus using those ropes. Also abusing those ropes to his advantage. Now exploder right into that corner. Critical hit here as Icarus goes onto the cover. Hooks the leg, but the shoulder comes up from BT. BT has expressed this, and he's made it clear that his goal is to get to the very top of HCW once again. And he's said that he will run through anyone in his path. If it's going to be Icarus, then circumstances be damned, he'll run through Icarus. Icarus, however, better veteran than he is, he'll never let anybody just waltz through him or walk all over him in his own eyes. Chop comes in there right to the chest of BT, lighting him up. It's not just that pain that coursed through him. It's like it's Icarus now that's getting under the skin of BT. You look at that, I think Icarus might have done even a better job of getting under BT's skin than BT might have to him, as now he rolls him up in the kick out. You saw that look of disdain onto Icarus from BT. Even for BT, it's a matter of being taken seriously as well. Once upon a time, BT was viewed as one of the fastest, the finest rising talents out of Hungary. I think for BT, this might be a path to redemption as well, a path to get back onto that course, to prove that he belongs in that ring. Stepping up, Icarus firing, BT blocks it, wonderfully done there. Now the blows coming right onto the dome of Icarus. What a chop to cut him down though. You see there BT getting right back up, trying to get back into this fight, maybe too quick here. Icarus drops him right onto his head, the cover here with the kick out from BT. See there, those punches have had an effect on Icarus. BT writhes in pain after landing right onto his back there. Icarus going for that leg. BT again kicking him away. Icarus has tried to go for that leg quite a few times. And this time, however, he gets it. That half crab. And you see him there wrenching, putting his arm right in the socket of the knee, pushing it across. Those ligaments. You see there, BT, just the pain that is painted across his face, but more so than pain. Underneath that pain, you see the will to keep going, and he does. He makes it to the ropes. Icarus getting the count, and gingerly letting go in the end. However, you see him pulling him back to the middle. BT, Icarus will have wanted to cinch in that half crab again. BT blocking those punches, throwing his own punches back. BT ducks under, what a boot straight to the face. Icarus catches him with that rebound. Enziguri here from BT. Icarus now rushing in. A clothesline takes him out, and BT might be out cold. Cover, but the kick out from BT. And BT, after that kick out, crashes at face first. That might have just been instinct that just kicked in that moment. Look if it's gonna grow to anything beyond instinct, if it's gonna grow to anything beyond a desperation kick-out, BT has to lock in here. You see him trying to will himself back onto his feet. Icarus, just an overbearing figure throughout this match. He's kept BT buried. Every time BT tries to claw himself out, Icarus, whether through hook or through crook, manages to put him down deeper. That's just how dangerous Icarus is. The veteran, you see they're tossing him into those corners, into those turnbuckles. He knows just how much damage the back of his BT has taken. You look at the pain on BT's face as Icarus signals, I'm gonna break him. If he dares get in my business, I'll break him. Things for certain, a man like Icarus, he knows how to break you in more than one way. It's not just about technique, it's not about just about the old school European way, it's about style. It can also just be about grit, about tossing you into that turnbuckle with full force time and time again as BT now again, thankfully he hits the brakes this time. Catches Icarus off guard with that back elbow. BT mounting a comeback and instead Icarus blasts him with that European uppercut. See there, every time that BT comes back, Icarus, more and more frustrated, more and more, basically maybe even surprised that BT is still giving him that much trouble. No, you sick, don't do that! Icarus looking to suplex BT up onto that concrete. Well, his back is already beaten. That might cripple him. BT fighting back. Both men in dangerous position, but oh, no. Icarus has got those fingers. Using those arms. Chops BT. I think Icarus felt like he was losing ground. No, there's no way. I think Icarus wants to use that turnbuckle to give himself that much more leverage through the higher ground. I think Icarus realizes BT has... Hold on a sec. Icarus, he's determined to end BT here, to put him back on the shelf, to make sure he never steps into a ring again. BT now fighting against it. Headbutt. And BT has the opportunity to get off that turnbuckle here. Icarus, however, dangling from the top there, both men exhausted. I think BT now gritting his teeth and dropping Icarus right onto his back. The crowd here at Balaton making it clear that they're enjoying the fact that Icarus has just gotten a taste of his own bitter medicine, and there's more of that still. BT now fired up, ducks under. Icarus trying to put out that fire. That fire, however, is burning bright. BT with a clear statement to Icarus. BT now off that springboard, flying in with the clothesline. Cover onto Icarus here. But Icarus gets the shoulder up. Now look at BT. I think BT can't believe that after that flurry, that barrage, that it still wasn't enough to keep Icarus down. Look at his chest completely red, but you saw here signaling onto the knee. This match ends here. BT running across there. Oh, wait, the leg caught. Instead, the roll up by Icarus. The roll up by Icarus, but the kick out by BT. Kick out by BT. Icarus with that rolling forearm. Saito suplexes BT. The cover from Icarus, but the kick out from BT. The shoulder comes up from BT. You see there, BT grabbing at his neck, at his throat. You have to wonder just what it'll take. Oh, no. Icarus now messing with that turnbuckle, taking that pad away, exposing that steel. I think this is a sign Icarus is out of options. Icarus is getting desperate. Hold on. It was just a distraction. He was distracting the referee. Now that damn briefcase in hand. Icarus clocks him with that damn briefcase. And Icarus is gonna steal it. A kick out from BT. And look at that finger. That finger wag from BT. I don't know if the man's even conscious. Now look at that. The referee has realized what Icarus has just pulled. You're not pulling the wool over his eyes. Icarus has been obsessed with that briefcase ever since he won it. Well, there's no indomitable proof that Icarus did anything. The referee again trying to get rid of that briefcase. Take away one evil. But the second evil is again revealed. Oh, no, BT pushes him. BT pushes him into the cover. BT gonna win it, and he does.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés győztese BT!
Icarus's own cheap tricks come back to bite him. BT shell shocks him. Icarus holding on to that briefcase, he can hardly believe it. BT walking off into the sunset. What a win! Icarus has painted him as a party boy that won't get anything done. I think Icarus has just proved him wrong. BT has just proved just how focused he is on climbing back up to the top of HCW. is on! Or better yet, the Revolution Championship is on the line, and this man right here is looking to gain a bit of gold, especially. I'm sure Ozzy Spencer had his eye out. I'm sure he was watching how his former partner Blake Steamer was getting on at the HCW Legacy Cup. Steamer, of course, won the cup. So Spencer is on now, and I'm sure, having seen that his former partner came out on top, he'll be eager to prove himself. But he will be contesting with 3 other individuals, and one of them is a prince. Prince of Pleasure, the Prince of Pleasure, to be specific, Darius. The Austrian is a fast rising star, and he'll be looking to capture a bit of gold, put around that waist of his. Pretty sure though Darius perceives his pleasure maybe more so something that others perceive as pain, as punishment. However, this match includes 4 competitors. 2 are in the ring, and here comes the next. The king of the streets, Jonas Gabriel. I'll tell you what, this individual is an absolute character. A man who grew up with very little to his name. He learned to duke out in the streets for everything that he's ever gained. You can tell that this is a man of the people right here. The fans in Balaton, just like the fans everywhere for HCW Legacy, very much behind Jonas Gabriel. Maybe he'll add a little more gold to go around his waist. Will fit very nicely to that crown on his head, but to do that, he and these 2 other men will have to topple the champion. The village has arrived at Lake Balaton. I said it before, Guliash Attila, the Revolution champion here at HCW. He beat his own brother, Guliash Vilmos, for that title. We saw Vilmos leave Balaton very disappointed, having been pinned by Blake Steamer on his path towards winning the HCW Legacy Cup. Well, Attila is going to want to avoid his brother's fate. See there, as soon as he put that title up in there, Gabriel saw the shine. I think if his three challengers weren't greedy enough yet. Seeing that title up close and personal here, that's gonna feed into just how badly they'll want to win this match. Such, however, is the fate of any champion. Well, the people here in Balaton are standing firmly behind the bull of the village. We'll see if his fate as champion ends in another chapter beyond this one, or if this is where we close the book on his reign. That being said, the champion and all the challengers are in the ring. I send you to the ring for the official championship introduction.
Hölgyeim és uraim! Hölgyeim és uraim! A következő 4 fős mérkőzés tétje a HCV Revolution bajnoki címe! Bemutatom a kihívókat. Elsőként tőlem balra 145 kg-os testsúllyal a magyar szavolyaitok Azer Spencer! Tőlem jobbra 90 kg-os testsúllyal The Prince of Pleasure, Darius! És tőlem balra 91 kg-os testsúllyal a legnagyobb pujáró Jonas Gabriel! És végül tőlem jobbra 120 kg-os testsúllyal a jelenlegi Revolution bajnok, a vezérbika Gulyás Attila!
Championship introduction, well and firmly behind us. See that Gabriel going in for a kiss. Well, let's see if it's a kiss goodbye. He's melting. Gabriel just melted. It may well all be good fun, but I think that just tells you just how much Jonas Gabriel absolutely wants to win this championship, and Gabriel is as I mentioned, an absolutely colorful individual, but he has yet to get that one big win, that big victory that cements him here at HCW Legacy, and maybe just this will be it. I've said it a few times so far in the broadcast that the champion's always got a bullseye on his back, and maybe more so clear when it's the bull of the village. See those jabs coming right back though. Gulyás definitely unfazed. Hold on, Darius just slid out of the ring, pulls out his leg, but now here comes Ozzy Spencer from the back. Now it'll be Gabriel and Spencer in the ring. I've talked about how badly Gabriel wants this win. I think it's just as badly that Ozzy needs this win. Like I said, the villains are no more, but his ex-partner, Blake Steamer, just won the HCW Legacy Cup, and if Spencer wants to keep up, he can't let Steamer get the upper hand. Both men now eyeing singles success. Hold on, oh, there goes Darius pulling Gabriel out of the ring. Seamer's already said he wants to win that HCW championship by... But Bloody November, as you see now, it's Gabriel and Darius going, or more so Darius, stepping back, and I think he just got stuck between a rock and a hard place there. Darius fleeing to inside the ring. I think Spencer and Gabriel more than happy to feed him to the bull. Oh goodness! There's not a lot of give in that. I don't think that's the kind of pleasure that this prince is really into, but that's the pleasure you get. See ya, thanks for coming. Darius just tossed out of the ring. And now it's Spencer. Clotheslining. Guliash, Attila out of the ring, and now again it's Gabriel and it's Spencer. The first interaction, I'll say Gabriel did a good job holding his own. Another opportunity here. You see, Gabriel, I think he was going for a waist lock, but let's say the frame of Aussie Spencer a little too wide. And instead, using that incredible charisma, trying to get under Spencer's skin. I think they call this the rope-a-dope. Gabriel, oh, no. You can't get caught here. Oh, Gabriel, I said he grew up brawling in the streets. I guess all's legal there. Well, here comes that headbutt. Oh, I don't think that was very effective. Well, definitely it was, but I think both ways. Darius sends Gabriel, though, shoulder first into that ring post. What a chop there. The Austrian's got his work cut out for him here as Spencer tosses him across the ring. The victory here, winning the Revolution Championship. Would go a long way to establish Darius here at HCW Legacy as well. An opportunity, hold on, Spencer comes right back up. That Iron Gut proving to be his greatest ally thus far as Darius gets slammed down onto that mat. Spencer now, and Attila. I was about to say face to face, maybe more so belly to belly. Guliash and Spencer in a shoving competition. Hold on, here comes Darius. Darius sends Attila head first into Spencer. Now that drop kick, Spencer's wobbly. Still on his feet though, rushing forwards. Darius uses that mobility. Gets up top, another drop kick. Spencer sent into those ropes. Counter there by Spencer. Darius into that turnbuckle. Wonderfully done. Not just to use that momentum, but to keep his balance, jump back, and it might lead him to the championship here, but the kick out comes in from Spencer. That's probably the closest anybody's gotten to the win thus far in this match. Darius boots Gabriel back out of the ring. It's a sound strategy. You got to try to keep the ring as isolated as possible, especially now in this weakened position that Spencer is in. It's a good chance for Darius to make some headway. Boot now right onto the throat of Spencer. Referee Christophe Lady making sure that Spencer's fine, but fatal four-way. Disqualification isn't going to be much of a factor as per the rule set. See there Darius with the knee on top at Spencer's throat in the ropes. Referee Christophe Delaney just making sure that things remain at least halfway under control. Gabriel trying to again force himself into this match, but Darius kicks him out of the way again. And I feel like Aussie Spencer isn't feeling much of that pleasure that Darius delivers. instead, it's Gabriel. Gabriel with a roll-up. Maybe the win here, but the kick out from Darius. Well, Darius moves out of the way. Ozzy Spencer takes Gabriel back out. For the third time, Gabriel has been taken out of the equation. Darius, however, was weakened. Ozzy Spencer could take advantage here. Punches to the head of Darius. Darius sends him head first into that middle turnbuckle. Darius now putting the boots to Spencer. Maybe more out of frustration than anything. Again, in a match like this, you can't let frustration take over, especially because you've got two other wolves on the outside. Oh no. I think the only person deriving any pleasure out of this is Darius. Taking a moment to pose, but I think he doesn't realize the bull's right behind him. And I don't think this is the bull he can take by the horns. Maybe I spoke too soon. Darius counters and I think it's Gouliash now in that bad position. Hold on. Ozzy Spencer coming right across. Spencer takes out Darius. I think that might have been the end of Darius's or Spencer's power. But I'll tell you, as power by the heaps, by the dozens, it's the bull of the village who's just running through everybody. The champion stamping his presence. Attila, back and forth, corner to corner. Here comes Darius, but sidesteps him, sends him into Gabriel, and now Attila slams down Darius. Gouliash ducks under. What a punch that was. Gabriel sent to the ropes, sent back, and what a lariat! Turns him inside out. Gouliash now again face to face with Ozzy Spencer. Last time Darius interrupted this interaction. Maybe this time we'll see which powerhouse has more to give. As you see there now, blow for blow. Spencer sent him into the ropes. Here comes Attila, ducks under the Spencer. Attila ducks under the second time, and a collision. I think there was just an earthquake at the Balaton. Somebody check on all the boats. Gabriel now and Darius trying to capitalize. Hold on, out of the way. That kick almost got Darius. Darius though blocked, rolled back. Gabriel, here he comes, a knee straight to the head. And this is the moment where Gabriel better hope he's as hard-headed as they come. Because that nut has just been cracked. The prince about to get his crown here, but now the kick out comes in. And with that kick out, the king of the streets has just outranked the prince of pleasure. You see there though, Jonas Gabriel favoring that neck. Darius climbing up. What a hit there. Attila climbing up. A headbutt here from Darius. And Spencer about to make use of this moment. Uh-oh. I think there's going to be some payback for Darius. Spencer climbing up all the way up there. And Gabriel punches him down. Well, Darius might have been saved, gets to roll out of the ring, but I think Gabriel saw a golden opportunity with Spencer up on that top rope. If he can deliver a hard landing for Spencer, I don't think Spencer's going to be Spencer's not going to have enough to kick out. Both men up top. Hold on. Attila Gouliash sees his opportunity. Now he has Spencer powerbomb down, and Gabriel gets the worst of it. Attila in the cover. Swanton from Darius. Attila sends him to the ropes. Pop up into the setup powerbomb. The revolution is not gonna happen today.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés győztese! És így továbbra is a HCV Revolution bajnoka!
And in the end, after absolute chaos there, Gouliash Attila retains his Revolution Championship. And while his brother Vilmos might be toiling in his misfortune, Attila couldn't be flying any higher. That's what it takes in the chaos of a match like this. You got to be in the right place at the right time. Put yourself in a position to succeed. And I think that is exactly what Attila did. They can bask in the adulation of the fans here at Balaton. It looks like this leg has not sunk his championship ambitions. His reign remains. Gouliash Attila will leave Balaton with gold still around his waist.
Elsőként érkezik a ringbe! 77 kg-os testsúllyal a magyar csodaszarvas Wonder Hayes!
Well, Wonder Hayes steps up after we just witnessed Gouliash Attila retain his Revolution Championship here at HCW Legacy. Axel Fox was set for competition. Sadly, Axel Fox could not be with us here tonight. Wonder Hayes, however, with a grand opportunity to stamp his name here at HCW Legacy.
És másodikként érkezik a ringbe. Az Azur színeiben, Cement és Krizsi kíséretében 75 kg-os testsúllyal anyukátok kedvenc szeretője, a Milf Hunter Lil Mao!
And well, Wonder Hayes is going to have his hands full as Azer make their way out here. Lil Mao will be the one set for competition, but clearly flanked by the entire posse. Seaman, the manager of Azer, Daddy Krizzi, and of course the man who we just saw join them earlier on in the night. The man who turned his back on his partner Sentinel, Zaytan, has now joined forces with Azer. As I said, it's a grand opportunity for Wonder Hayes, but I think he might be walking into the Wolf's den. Very advisable for him to have eyes, well, I'd say in the back of his head, but I think the back, the side, and about every possible other orifice would be a good idea against Azer. Lil Mao, who's definitely in contention for one of the sleaziest individuals I've ever met in my life. The match now begins, and Azer going to stick around, as it seems. As you'd expect, Mao now stepping up to Hayes. Clearly, Mao doesn't think that Hayes is worthy of his attention. Well, how about that? Have I got your attention now? Hayes now coming. Oh, I was about to say Hayes about to rush in, instead cut swiftly off with that boot to the midsection. Mao now grabbing the head. Sent into those ropes. Lil Mao holding tight. Lil Mao keeping hold of Wonder Hayes' head as Hayes now pushes him into the ropes. Mao comes right back. Wonderfully done. What an arm drag there by Wonder Hayes. You see Mao, maybe his confidence faltering a bit. Starting to panic. Wonder Hayes doing a great job of keeping control of the arm, as you see there. Azer are lurking. Hold on. Mao grabbing the face or the mask of Wonder Hayes. Taking that shortcut to make sure that the hold is broken. Lil Mao sends Hayes into those ropes, ducks under, does Hayes. Here comes right back, wonderfully done. And I think the last thing Mao wants to experience is a wonder. Hayes now onto the cover here, and a kick out by Mao. Hayes clearly feeling the heat, clearly feeling the pressure of having Azer skulking here on the side. Hayes climbing up to the top rope. Hold on, Mao has the attention of the referee. Simit, and Kriji. Those damn jackals. Those damn jackals have just given Mao the upper hand. Mao now coming in with those knees, cover onto Hayes, and a kick out by Hayes. As if you have anything to be frustrated about. Mao gifted the upper hand by Azer. And that's why I said earlier on, Hayes is better have eyes everywhere. This is Zaytan. Happy with his handiwork, happy with having blindsided his closest ally earlier in the night, enjoying some nachos. As Hayes fighting off here against Lil Mao. Hayes has managed to gain the upper hand quite a couple of times here on Mao. Every time Mao has had some shortcut or other. Oh, what is Simon? Oh, come on. Mao putting the knee to the back of his neck, and now Azer taking a nice little picture. Referee warning Lil Mao. See Lil Mao getting right in the face of our official. There, Lil Mao enjoying his handiwork, is maybe enjoying it a little too long. Hayes finds that jawbreaker, creates that separation. Mao going on to Hayes. Hayes fighting back here. Those elbows, the forearms coming right to the neck. Hayes is firing up and maybe one big move, one big attack. It's the opportunity for him to gain the victory. And if he can get the win against Mao with Azer all the way on there on the side, what a statement that would be. How demoralizing would it be for Mao and for Azer as a whole unit? Hayes on that second rope, looking to fly, and fly he does onto the cover to beat Lil Mao, but the kick out comes in from Mao. Simet has proclaimed himself to be the greatest manager in HCW history. But hold on, speaking of Simet, speaking of that damn toad. Again, that distraction. Double boot coming in from Mao, the cover here against Hayes for the win, but Hayes meagerly kicks out. Well, whoever's keeping store, that must have been about at least the fourth time that Azer, that Simet, has rewarded Mao with the upper hand. Time and time again. Mao now rushing into those turnbuckles, landing neck first onto that mat. Hayes climbing up. And this might be the moment of truth for Hayes. Again, hold on, Simet, again, yeah, boot him harder. Kick him harder. Hayes climbing up. Hold on, the referee's checking on Simet. Knizhi has just tossed him from the top rope. Mao, Lil Mao, with that double stomp.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés győztese! Lil Mao!
And every time that Hayes built up a little bit of steam, every time he looked like he was about to put this away, Azer, we're always there. Simet, Zaytan, and Knizhi. And like a pack of hyenas, they reward Mao with the win. And Simet now talking down to Hayes as if he has any grounds to stand on. Simet grabbing the hair of Hayes and pointing at Zaytan. What a rotten initiation this is. Absolutely despicable. Well, they're going to be happy with their handiwork. They're going to be proud of what they achieved here. I think it's positively disgusting. 4 individuals that are in it for nothing but their own gain. As much as you might revile what's happening, as much as you might dislike Azer, one thing is for certain. Balatonfüred has been a stunning success for them. And the question is, when will this success come to an end? How much will Azer take until they're satisfied?
Gratulálok, Orsika! Gratulálok a nagy visszatérésedhez, és ahhoz, hogy velem léphetsz egy ringbe. Viszont azt elfelejted, hogy amíg te a ringtől távol voltál, én addig ugyanúgy Európa szerte még nagyobb nevet szereztem magamnak. Milácska, az évekkel ezelőtti egy NXT UK-s meccsed arra volt jó, hogy éppen ott maradni nem tudtál, viszont ebből meg tudsz élni. A magyar közönségnek pedig annyit üzennék, hogy Balatonfüreden nem csak az Anna Bálon fognak királynőt koronázni, hanem augusztus 17-én a HCV Legacy ringjében is. Orsika, Milácska, Ottalika. Au revoir!
Augusztus 17, Balatonfüred, HCV Legacy gála. Új helyszín, új lehetőség, és pontosan ugyanaz a sírás, picsogás tőled, Iva, mint 2 évvel ezelőtt. Csak egy dolgot kéne belátnod igazán, és az az, hogy nélkülem ebben a szervezetben te nem tudsz érvényesülni. De tovább a fontosabb dolgokra, Mina Schmidt egy igazi francia szupersztár. Izgatottan várom ezt a meccset, hiszen most először lépek vele egy ringbe. És elmondhatom, hogy benne van Európa top nevei között. Mint ahogy Mini McKenzie-nek is, neki is meg fogom mutatni azt, hogy mi is az a magyar virtus. És ezt a tüzet fogom továbbvinni szeptember 6-ára a 25 fős Rumble mérkőzésbe, amit meg fogok nyerni. Mert a célom nem kevesebb, mint hogy én legyek Európa legjobb női birkózója, és ezáltal megalapítsam az én örökségemet.
Elsőként érkezik a ringbe! The Hungarian Fire! Orsi!
3 women who are stubborn, 3 women who are determined, and 3 women with the goal of proving that they are the best. And I think especially for Orsi, who has been gone for over 2 years, who made her return at Sopron successfully. However, she's not the only one making a return.
A drága királynője, Iva Kolaski!
Eva Kolaski, for a long time known as the drama queen, makes her, well, in her own wishes, and with her own planning, what she will hope to be a triumphant return here. And I'll say this, if you're returning and you can get a win in a match like this, with the talent that she's going to be facing, well, that bodes very well for the drama queen.
És végül harmadikként érkezik, egyenesen Franciaországból, korábbi olimpiai birkózó, The Giant Killer, Mila Schmidt!
And maybe the person with the highest profile in this match, Mila Schmidt, makes her debut here at HCW. A grand opportunity for the young woman from France to stamp her name in another country. She's competed quite a few places, whether it be in her home of France or in Germany. She's managed to make quite a name for herself across Europe. And tonight, Here, she will look to expand into a new country. All three women with much to gain in this triple threat match. I think the person to beat here is going to be Schmidt. See that first interaction between Schmidt and Oshie. Schmidt offering her hand, offering the handshake to Oshie. Oshie accepting it. Clearly, quite a bit of professional respect between the two women, while Eva Kolaski not able to get a word in edgewise. It's like she doesn't even exist. I think being ignored is what makes Eva Kolaski angrier than anything. Kolaski clearly being stonewalled. I don't think either woman is taking her all that seriously right now. The trash talk continues between Schmidt and Oshie. And I think Kolaski has just realized that she's made a grave mistake trying to come in for both women. And thanks for coming, Eva Kolaski. Now the punches start to fly. Oshie looking to send Schmidt into the ropes. Wonderfully done there by Schmidt, that drop down. Grabbing the leg, making sure that Oshie crashes down. A quick cover here. Catches Oshie off guard here, but the kick out. And Oshie, after a successful return in Sopron, defeating Millie McKenzie of all people. A definite statement victory that she made there. Since then, she's wrestled 3 times in the United States, adding experience, and especially after being gone for over 2 years, looking to stamp her return successfully and climb the ranks to become the best in Europe, as now the cover comes in from Schmidt. Kolaski there to break it. And equally so for Kolaski, who has climbed to similar heights as Schmidt in recent times. Kolaski not had the same success as she did in the past. However, now making her in-ring return, maybe if she can get the win, she can climb right back up to the heights that she's reached. As the cover now coming in from Oshie and the shoulder up from Kolaski. Oshie, once upon a time, an absolute dominant force. Physically, that hasn't changed, but she has to get back into the swing of things. Ring rust is something that will prove very deadly for a young career. As the cover coming in and kick out from Oshie. Kolaski now clearly singling out Oshie, who I'm sure in Kolaski's mind is the more imminent threat to her here. With a kick out. Could have been the 3 count. Kolaski clearly sees Oshie as the more imminent threat to, let's say, her status here in Hungary. Kolaski now using that mobility. Schmidt trying to get involved. Kolaski tossing her down and then using Oshie as a weapon. Well, I think both women will be taking Kolaski much more seriously now as the cover here coming in. Look, leg hook. This could have been the win. However, Oshie gets the shoulder up. She stated with the experience since coming back in Sopron, since having her matches in the US, she's determined to not just come back and stamp herself as the best in all of Europe. She's also eyed the 6th of September, and that she wants to win that 25-person Rumble. That match could prove the catalyst to get her career going once more. Cover here coming in from Kolaski. Kick out very faintly coming from Oshie. Kolaski. Oh goodness, that double knees into the chest, the cover again here, and again the kick out from Oshie. You saw that look of rage in her eyes. Kolaski almost looking for refuge in referee Krzysztof Eleni. Decision, however, stands. Only a 2 count. Pulaski now going for that boot. Leg caught. Oshie now getting up. Pulaski trying to maybe cloud her eyes. And when you look at the fury, when you look at the rage in those eyes, you get why. Oshie with the back elbow, a boot right onto Pulaski. Pulaski trying to come back in. Oshie instead rolls her up. And Schmidt coming right back with that double boot right into the tailbone. Mila Schmidt and Oshie face to face there. Again, the jaw-jacking resumes. Pulaski now interjecting. A kick onto Schmidt. Gets that jawbreaker in on Oshie. Oshie is dazed. Pulaski caught there by the strength of Oshie. Hold on. Schmidt has her! A German suplex that catapults Pulaski almost into the lake. And while Eva Pulaski tries to reason with the Loch Ness Monster in Lake Balaton, Schmidt and Oshie duking it out in the middle of that ring. You see there both women throwing those forearms. Oshie into those ropes, coming right back and caught with a vicious forearm there from Schmidt, who now again catapults her into the ropes. You can tell both women absolutely tired. Every head sending them wobbling, using the momentum from the ropes to deliver another blow right back as Schmidt now sends Oshie into the ropes. Oshie tries to catch her, instead gets speared into hell. And Mila Schmidt about to stamp her presence here in Hungary. Schmidt has Oshie where she wants her, coming in, twisting with that neck breaker. And the French young lady about to stamp herself. No, here comes Pulaski. Pulaski pulling Schmidt away into the cover. Schmidt again pulling Pulaski. Both women trying to make use of this opportunity. A back and forth, a race to whoever can pin Oshie. Schmidt now, I think, looking for a new strategy. Oshie, or Pulaski chopping her. Oshie right back up with that double clothesline. And now both women in no man's land. Oshie with those hip attacks. Pulaski caught that immense strength of Oshie. And with that siren scream, the cover for the win for Oshie, but again the kick out from Pulaski. Look at that with every kick out, more like a ravenous animal. Oshie. And that's how she got the win against Billy McKenzie. Pulaski, you see they're fighting it off with all she's got. Sent into Mila Schmidt. Mila Schmidt delivers a headbutt. The leg caught. Uh-oh. From one bad end to the next. The Widow's Peak. Mila Schmidt takes Eva Pulaski out. A boot onto Schmidt. And the punishment doesn't end there. Wait, Schmidt is in the perfect position. Glamour and glitz. And the win for Oshie.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés győztese Oshie!
And Oshie continues to impress. If you thought a victory over the likes of Millie McKenzie could be considered a fluke, she just did it again. Proving that this return is going to be that much more fruitful and more dominant than even the first time. defeating Eva Kolaski and Mila Schmidt in this match. Oshie makes a statement of intent. September 6th, the 25-person Rumble is the next step.
A rekordbajnok Szabó Tamás. Lehet őt szeretni, lehet őt utálni, de el kell ismerni, hogy a legjobbról beszélünk ma Magyarországon, és lehet, hogy Európában is. Szabó Tamás mindig talál egy módot ahhoz, hogy nála maradjon a HCV bajnoki címe.
Renegade és Spartan kontra Szabó Tamás és Makai Renátó.
Ezért vagyok most már 601 napja a HCV bajnoka. Mert 2 lépéssel mindig előtted járok. És az a helyzet, hogy Makai Renátó a legutóbbi találkozásunk óta rájött arra, hogy ha nem tud legyőzni, akkor majd csatlakozik hozzám. És most már nem a HCV bajnoki címének a megszerzése az új célja, hanem a bosszú. Az üres ígéretekért, a hitegetésért. Ugye, igazgató úr?
Szabó Tamás megvédi a bajnoki címét!
Nálam nincs közönség találkozó, meg Szabó Tamás merchandise, meg aláírás, közös képek, ölelgetés. Egyszerűen nem érdemlitek meg, hogy hordjátok a pólóimat. A legjobb dolog, amit tehettek, az, hogy hátradőltök, és értékelitek azt, hogy Szabó Tamás korszakában éltek.
Gongtól gongig tényleg te vagy az egyik legjobb Európában. Ez a balatonfüredi mérkőzés, ez most nem a bajnoki címedről fog szólni. Fogalmam sincs, hogy mivel etetted meg Makai Renátót. Ezt őszintén mondom. De ha Makai Renátón kell keresztül menni, ahhoz, hogy eljussak hozzád, hát akkor a legjobb tanítványommal és az egyik legjobb barátommal, Spartannal az oldalomon, ha valakivel, akkor vele sikerülni is fog. Hát nem itt szembesültem vele valójában, hogy mi lesz a mérkőzés. Megmutatok neked valamit, amire már óriási nagy szükséged van. Azt, hogy verhető vagy. Le foglak szorítani téged Balatonfüreden, a ring közepén, 2 vállra. A bíró rád fogja számolni a 3-at, és látni fogod, hogy verhető vagy. És ez nem a vége. Nem csak simán verhető vagy. Verhető vagy székkel, kendóval, kukával, baseballütővel, lánccal, mert ez nem egy tag team mérkőzés lesz, Tamás, hanem egy street fight!
Elsőként érkezik a ringbe 100 kg-os testsúllyal a Falka vezér Renegade!
And I couldn't put it in any better words than the man himself did. A street fight is what awaits us.
És érkezik partnere 102 kg-os testsúllyal az egyszemélyes hadsereg, The One Man Army, Spartan!
This isn't about who's a better competitor. This isn't about competition at all. This is about a personal beef between 2 individuals who have been at each other's necks for years. Renegade, flanked by his friend, flanked by the one-man army, Spartan, are going to war against the HCW champion and his muscle. And Renegade made the statement himself. Renegade looked Thomas Sabo in the eyes and said, despite everything you've done, despite your status and your stature, I am going to prove that you are, in fact, beatable.
És érkezzen ellenfelek! Egyikük 130 kg-os testsúllyal, ismét a HCV ligében az ezüsthátú Makai Renato!
And it's Renato Makai who will be joining the fray on the champions team. Makai, all the way back in May of 2024, he prevented Renegade from becoming HCW champion. He sided with Sabo. And thanks to Makai, you could say Sabo's reign has been allowed to prosper all the way to 2025, all the way to this point.
És legutolsóként érkezik 88 kg-os testsúllyal a HCV Grand Slam bajnoka, a HCV jelenlegi bajnoka, The Ruthless Gentleman, hölgyeim és uraim, Sabo Tamás!
Well, he might be called the Ruthless Gentleman, but make no mistake, there is nothing gentle about Thomas Sabo. Over 600 days. That's how long he has held the HCW Championship hostage. And he has not been pinned in that time. When it comes to Hungary, this man isn't the cream of the crop, he's a level beyond that. He's found a way to keep that championship by hook or by crook for over 2 years. You see there Sabo hiding behind Makai. Taunting Renegade with the championship. Of course, goes without saying the HCW championship will not be on the line. But I think a lot more just may well be. As soon as that bell rings, all 4 men. This is, I said it's a street fight. That's what you're getting. 4 guys mauling each other. Spartan going after Sabo. Chasing the HCW champion. And in the ring, you see there's so few men that can make Renegade look like a small man. Makai is one of them. Just manhandles Renegade. Renegade trying to keep up. Sabo, in the meantime, still looking to flee away from Spartan, and that's how quickly things are de-escalating. The first weapons introduced already. Those chairs. Renegade bending that chair across the back of Makai. Makai, almost like nothing's happened. And look at that damn beast. He's not just taller than Renegade, he looks like he's twice as wide. And that's a statement in and of itself. In the meantime, Sabo got a kendo stick. But it looks like he might be regretting that decision just as quickly. Spartan now going off against Sabo. Sabo out of the way, that kendo stick for the vibrations. Renegade has chosen the right man to partner up with here in Spartan. That's Sabo! Almost touched the night sky. Could have probably taken a star or 2 down with him. Spartan manhandling Sabo while Renegade and Makai still duking it out here on the outside. Makai looking to lawn dart Renegade into that post. Instead, Renegade pushes him into it. Spartan doesn't need that much more reasoning to go after Sabo. He's suffered 2 controversial losses to Sabo. where Sabo took the shortcut to retain that championship. And now Sabo going straight for the eyes of Renegade, trying to at least get Renegade out of the picture. Spartan now tossing him into that lariat. And Renegade now finally gets his hands on Sabo. And he's vowed that he will prove that Sabo's beatable. He vowed that he will pin Sabo here tonight. But so many before have made the same promises, have made the same vows, and have failed for the last 600 days. Spartan now going straight into Sabo. You see just how personal this is between all four men. Both boots and the chair going straight into his head. Sabo now, cross jump onto Spartan, now going after Renegade, caught by Renegade. And that evil look in his eyes before he throws the champion across the ring. Spartan now with that chair, Sabo the target, right across the back. Sabo is taking a lot of punishment in this match. You can see just with how much resolve Renegade, and especially Spartan, are chasing him around. They want to just get Makai out of the way, but Sabo's the one they truly want to punish. Makai, you see they're trying to somehow get back into that ring. Spartan and Renegade have that board set up, looking to send Sabo through it. Makai standing in the way, and that utter truck of a human being. Oh, no. Renato has him, and he throws him down into that board. Full force. Threw him like a bad habit. And now that belt across the back. Sabo directing traffic. Lining him up so Makai can throw him down. And Makai is doing Sabo's dirty work. Yet again, Sabo's found someone to do that dirty work for him. As you see, Renegade tried to fight against it, but Makai just tossed him. Sabo onto the cover. I think Sabo sees the opportunity to end this, but a kick out. And what does that do to Renegade, who vowed that he would pay Sabo, or pin Sabo? What does it do if Sabo actually defeats him, if Sabo pins him in the street fight? Renegade in deep trouble here is Makai lifting him up. Sabo still directing traffic, a German suplex. That wild beast of a human being. Sabo now with more humiliation than cover there. Renegade pushes the foot off, and comes that leg drop from Tamash Sabo. Cover, this time much more technically sound. Still the kick out. You see the Renegade constantly fighting against it, constantly kicking out, constantly trying to tooth and claw his way back into this, but he's being taken apart by Makai and by Sabo. Sabo now double boot to the chest, again onto the cover, and you see there with every cover, Sabo growing more frustrated, Sabo growing more desperate, because I think he knows the longer this match goes, maybe the worse his chances. He needs to put this match away quickly in his eyes. And I think it's the fact that Sabo well and truly fears Renegade, because he knows that Renegade could prove true on his promise. Renegade being held here, going for the kick, out of the way goes Renegade though. Renegade moves out of the way, Sabo accidentally kicks Makai. Now that briefcase across both men's heads. Spartan now back in this, pulling Makai out of the way, and now a bit of payback with his own belt. Spartan with that chair, fighting off Mackay. Hold on. Hold on, I hear that. Renegade. It's that sweet, sweet music of unforgiving steel. Chair straight onto the back of Mackay. The fans here definitely behind Renegade. Renegade pushed away by Mackay. Spartan going after him again, a street fight. This fight can go wherever the hell these guys want to go. If they want to fight in the depths of the Balaton Lake, nobody's gonna stop them. They're fighting now. Up top on that stage. Oh God, oh God! Mackay has just been sent through that damn table. Onto that unforgiving stage. You see there, our Hungarian commentary team. Completely shocked by what's happening right next to them. And somebody who's not shocked, somebody who's probably more so completely in panic mode is Sabo. Mackay has just been taken out. And now it's Sabo. The goal on him, the cover, and the kick out by the HCW champion. And that veil of invincibility, that shroud of security that he's shrouded himself in. I think it might be breaking underneath the immense strength of the one-man army. Sabo goes low. Sabo with the low blow. And now it's Renegade. Sabo trying to go back to the well. Renegade sees it coming. Sabo there with that jawbreaker. And you see there just with what desperation Sabo moves now. Caught into the choke slam. All of the way down from what felt like 20 feet in the air. And you see there Mackay trying to make his way back, trying to help Sabo. Meantime, Renegade about to do some decorating. Another one of those slabs. Well, the first time it backfired. The first time Spartan went through it. Renegade, oh no, hold on, Mackay's coming back. I think we're getting a replay of the same thing again. Spear by Mackay. Renegade taken out, and now Spartan taken out. Oh, some evil deja vu about to come in here for Spartan. Mackay now. Cleaning house. I don't even know how the man is standing. Mackay with the F5 to Spartan. Now there's definitely a storm running through Balaton. But that storm is called Renato Mackay. Renegade looks like he's on Dream Street. Mackay wants to... Mackay was about to deliver the final blow, but Sabo says no. Sabo wants to get the last hit himself. Sabo wants to send a message to Renegade. Mackay is not happy with it, but he's letting it... Hold on a second, I was about to say he's letting it happen. I think Sabo has just disrespected Mackay. And Mackay is just... Mackay's walking out on Sabo. His pride too big. His hubris too much. And I'll tell you what, Sabo is in for one hell of a gnarly fall. Sabo trying to escape. Spartan pulling him back into this ring. No way out for you. Spartan with the sit-out choke bomb. Renegade looking at Sabo, booting him through that slam. And if you thought he fell, well, get ready, because he's not just going to hell. He's taking a trip all the way to Hell Dorado. Renegade pins Sabo.
Hölgyeim és uraim! A mérkőzés győztesei! Renegade és Spartan!
Sabo has just been pinned for the first time after over 600 days. No arguments, no asterisks. The man who has been invincible has just been proven beatable. And this might be a cataclysmic break for Sabo, because it may prove the fatal crack for his HCW championship reign. Sabo is incensed. Sabo's beside himself. You see he there? Sabo signaling, I'm still the champion, but I think what he's lost might be worse than losing that championship. I think what Sabo has lost is that shroud of invincibility. And with so many individuals, so many competitors eyeing that HCW championship, I think Sabo is in for one wild ride. Renegade made a promise and he has kept it. And the question is, where do things go now for the HCW champion? Where does Thomas Sabo go from here?